Now I got stuck. What is happening over there? Okay, let's look around here first. So I see the P6 door over there. But I feel like this is gonna be the way we have to go. Oh, I thought I saw Polaris for a second. Those cases. Cool, I have a shortcut. P6, P7. Okay, well, we'll go down the line, so we'll go to closed cases first.
Stepping to the FBC, there's lots to do, there's lots to read, but you don't dash and don't scream much. Let's join the Threshold Kids. Let's join the Threshold Kids.
I can see you're upset, Meg. Why don't you tell Uncle Mr. Bones what's wrong?
I did bad on my clairvoyance test.
You can't ace every test, Meg. You see, everyone has different brains. Some brains can talk to each other. We call this ESP.
ESP?
Some brains can lift objects, like a baseball. Talk about a fly ball, eh, Meg? No interruptions! So who cares if you fail your clairvoyance test? Maybe your brain can throw baseballs, or talk to dead people, or make friends blind. Once we know what your brains can do, we'll know what job to give you. And if your brains are just right, you'll get to sit in the big chair.
What if I don't want the big chair?
What if I don't want the big chair?
Everyone wants
That's why we're all here. Use those brains to listen for once, or the only chair you'll get in is the one with straps.
Once again, I don't understand how this was supposed to be fit for kids. I knew I saw a prompt. Bright Falls Summary. ID AWE-35. Event date September 1st, 2010 to September 14th, 2010. Event location Bright Falls, Washington. An unconfirmed threshold manifestation at Cauldron Lake, Washington, resulted in a fictional story written by the author Alan Wake, creating an AWE in which reality was altered to match that of the story, though only locally and for a limited time. Mr. Kirkland, head of investigations, was alerted on September 13, 2010, by ex-Bureau agent Frank Breaker, see Redacted, that an AWE was taking place in Bright Falls, Washington, refer to events investigated in 1970, 1976, 1978. Breaker had received a call from Barry Wheeler, Alan Wake's literary agent, on behalf of Breaker's daughter, Sarah, who is the current sheriff of Bright Falls. A Bureau field team arrived at the site 2 days later, only to confirm that the event was over. Interviews were conducted, referred to the 1970 redacted Thomas Zane, 1976, 1978 Odin Anderson, Tor Anderson. Alan Wake was believed to, redacted, instigator. Be the instigator? Eyewitness reports highlight an old light switch, possible object of power, that, redacted, missing. Wake was not found at the scene. Reports claim he dived into the lake, but no body was recovered in the search. So this is all about the Alan Wake game. And Breaker, Tim Breaker is the guy whose name I couldn't remember, who was related to Quantum Break and stuff. I guess he's Sarah's cousin. Sarah's the sheriff that helps you in Alan Wake 1, but she's gone by 2. I don't remember. I don't think they said what happened to her. I think she just left. And then Tim is the new sheriff when you get to Bright Falls and Alan Wake 2, but then he gets snatched by Door. Kirkland. And then it's interesting that they redacted Thomas Zane. The thing before Thomas Zane, I think that is supposed to be his occupation, maybe? For to the 1970. Unless it means incident. But it initially made me think of his occupation, where I think in Alan Wake 1, they kept saying he was a poet, but then in Alan Wake 2, they were saying, there was some note that was like, I don't know of a poet by that name, but there is a filmmaker, and we're pretty sure this filmmaker has never made any poetry. So it's like, it's up in the air with who or what Thomas Zane actually is. Then Odin and Tor are 2 members of the band Old Gods of Asgard. And then also Saga's... Which one? I think Odin is her grandfather and Tor is her great-uncle, because they're brothers. The incident... It's 1970, I guess that would be when Thomas Zane went into the lake. If something happened with him, I vaguely remember. I think he is stuck in the dark place. And then at some point, I wonder if maybe this, like mentioning Odin and Tor, is like a reference to something that happened with Door. Because I remember they like fought with him and chased him off, and that's why Saga's mom left them. Freya, I think her name was. I don't know if Saga is old enough for that, though, based on the dates. I mean, whatever. It doesn't really matter in this game. Oh, I thought they were gonna have more on the investigations for other prime candidates. Being like, who were the ones that failed that would all be kept in here. I know Alan was considered a prime candidate. Okay, P6.
I wish things had gone differently in Ordinary for us. But wishing won't change things. Finding the projector will.
There's so much coming together in this one case. A new object of power, something we have not seen before. I mean, coming from me, that's saying something. The boy, Dylan Faden, prime candidate 6. And the sister as well. Once we catch up with her, but the boy had so much potential. We're talking Northmore level readings here. And I don't want to invoke his name, but it's completely different circumstances here. It's remarkable. There was an incident. Yes. We lost a valuable member of our team, yes. Excessive force. Dylan has so much. But he's just a kid. I'll take the blame. He needs some slack. I mean, boys will be boys. He's exceptional and under a lot of stress. Roberts got killed. It's an unfortunate accident, that's all. Marshall needs to realize this. We will make this work. We'll make this work.
Dylan Faden transcript. Transcript of conversation, subject Dylan Faden, for review by Dr. Darling. Note, the subject was alone during this outburst. You again. I thought I told you to leave me alone. Why are you showing me this? I can't do anything. Can't you see where I am? Why don't you help me get the fuck out of here? You always show me things I can't do anything about. Stop showing me her. I don't care anymore, and I don't care about you. You both left me here to rot. Fuck off, you bitch. I will dig out my own brains if it means getting rid of you. I don't want you here. Get the fucking message. Subject repeated the phrase fuck off numerous times before being sedated at 5:53. So obviously here he's talking to Polaris, and presumably she's showing him, like visions of Jesse.
Ordinary. There's so much coming together in this one case. A new object of power, something we have not seen before. I mean, coming from me, that's saying something. The boy, Dylan Faden.
I feel like there's not much more in there. P6 victim autopsy, compiled by Redacted by order of Redacted. Probably by order of Darling. Case 45 HQ 121. Case summary. Agent killed during an incident involving Dylan Faden, codename P6. Autopsy findings. Blunt force injuries of the head and neck, extensive trauma of the abdominal region, lacerations and contusions of the upper and lower torso, fracture of the spinal cord between L1 and L2 vertebrae, avulsion fracture of the 3rd through 10th ribs, left and right, blunt force injuries of the extremities, abrasions, lacerations, and contusions of the extremities, dislocation of left and right elbow, dislocation of left and right knee. After examination, it was determined that the cause of death was internal bleeding that occurred when the redacted was contorted through his redacted. So is he... Dylan, like, crushed him? Oh, it's a Dylan's cell.
Is this what Dylan wanted me to see? It doesn't matter. We need to find that projector.
It's pictures of Jessie, because they were tracking her. Library, park, coffee shop. And then, I don't know, public transit?
All the times I felt paranoid, I was right. The Bureau could have given me the answers, but they just stood by and watched me.
And it goes back to my theory that they're, like, just seeing how she is when she only has, you know, she's not in containment. So how does that make her different from Dylan? So here it looks like someone's trying to mug her. Here she's working as a janitor. Ordinary. To New York, maybe? Jesse Faden movement tracking. Subject Jesse Faden, P7. Regarding eastward movement, cause for concern. September 24th, 2019, departs Cheyenne, Wyoming. Same day, arrives in Sidney, Nebraska. Next day, departs Sidney, Nebraska. Day after that, arrives in Des Moines, Iowa. 4 days later, departs Des Moines, Iowa. October 1st, arrives in Chicago. 7 days later, departs Chicago. Same day, arrives in South Bend, Indiana. 3 days later, departs South Bend. Same day, arrives in Cleveland, Ohio. 8 days later, departs Cleveland, Ohio. Next day, arrives in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. 9 days later, departs Bloomsburg. Same day, arrives in New York City. Basically, a couple weeks of traveling. I guess, like, following her lead about, or maybe following a couple leads about the FBC until she comes to New York City.
We used to play there all the time. Me and Dylan, and other kids as well. We loved it. This time, I remember, was different. We found a way in, deeper into it, like it had shifted. We went inside, and that's where we found the slide projector.
A dump is a place for lost things. Things that have been thrown away. Did you ever feel that way when you were growing up, Jesse?
What? No. Yes, but that has nothing to do with...
Was there a slide projector at your home when you were small?
No.
Those were before your time, I suppose. But your family did look at photos together, maybe. In one form or the other?
Maybe.
When was this? Can you remember? At parties? Barbecues? How did it make you feel? Did your parents ever show pictures that embarrassed you? Was alcohol ever involved at these parties? Did your parents drink? Did that make you uncomfortable?
No. That's just stupid. Come on. That has nothing to do with this. Nothing. The slide projector...
Let me ask you this. As a child, did you ever fantasize about worlds inside pictures? Inside a painting? You know, Stepping into a painting, into a hidden world, escaping and finding adventure there, away from your parents.
I don't think so. I don't remember. Maybe. I don't know.
Did feel like the psychiatrist was going in a little bit too hard. Transit turntable, ordinary, prime candidate. Is there... let's look at this hallway, the twisting one. Is there not something important down here? Oh, come on.
God, the only thing creepier than one mannequin is a few dozen of the damn things.
I knew it. If you turn your camera, they turn to face you. Maybe they're the ones in the shelter? Or the one that I need to cleanse? Unless I'm supposed to go back the way I came from? I'll read that in a second. Oh, did I just see a prompt? No, not really.
New bureau policy. No more mannequins.
I can get behind that. Okay. Brightfall Supplement. ID AWE 35. Event date September 1st, 2010 to September 14th, 2010. Event location Bright Falls, Washington. We already been through all that. Alice Wake, Mr. Wake's wife, was found during the Bureau investigation. She was interviewed and evaluated. She showed signs of severe mental trauma in the form of redacted memory loss, retrograde. She was later directed to treatment. It was concluded that she had been trapped in the threshold during its manifestation. Notable individuals still missing after the Bright Falls event are FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale and Dr. Emil Hartman, referred to the Creator's Dilemma in the file regarding the Cauldron Lake Lodge. Bureau researchers believe this event was the result of a forceful perception of subjective reality stemming from Mr. Wake, overlapping on our own. Wake has been flagged as a potential para-utilitarian. See Prime Candidate Program file for more details. In 2011, a book by Clay Stewart titled The Alan Wake Files was published by Roundabout Press, New York and Olympia. Agents interviewed Clay Stewart and suspected minor para-utilitarian sensitivity. He was placed under indefinite surveillance. Notes: a monitoring station was established at Cauldron Lake to alert the Bureau of any future activity. Okay, so going down everything. Alice was Alan's wife. They had an argument, I think, at the very beginning of the game, because he was in like a writer's block, I guess, because he was like partying and drinking all the time, and he had been getting some bad press. I think he punched a paparazzi or something, and so he was like, I think the public opinion was generally kind of negative towards him at the time, Then he was also getting writer's block. And he was also not really treating her the best, I think. Like, he wasn't hitting her or anything, but I got the sense that he wasn't very kind to her because of all these issues he was having. And so she was like, let's go on a vacation to Cauldron Lake. But it actually turned out to be that she wanted him to use this retreat as a way to get his writing spark back. Because when they get to the lake house, there's like a typewriter in one of the rooms, and she's like, you can use this to write on when the inspiration hits you. And he gets mad, and he like argues with her, and he leaves. But as he's leaving, I think he hears her scream or something, and then she falls into the lake. So he goes in after her. That's kind of how it all starts. And the whole game is him trying to get her out of the lake. And he does, but as a trade-off, he has to stay in the lake, in the dark place. So that's Alice. FBI agent Robert Nightingale, he's like this guy that keeps hunting down Alan the whole game. I think he's related to these crime cases where some people were taking Alan's crime novels, the Alex Casey novels, and recreating the stuff within them. And it somehow ended up affecting Nightingale personally, so he had this really big vendetta against Alan Wake. I don't remember what he was there for. Maybe somebody called in and was like, oh yeah, he did something to Alice, or she went missing, and the only person we can suspect is Alan because he was the last person that saw her. I don't really remember. I just know Nightingale was weird. He kept calling him different author names like Hemingway, and he was chasing him the whole time. But then he reappears. I guess he got taken to the dark place in the first game, and so he reappears at the beginning of the second game where he exits the lake, but then gets killed by the, Cult of the Tree? And it is like a boss fight for Saga. Emil Hartman, he ran a center for artists. Like, I guess people that had lost their spark, like, were an intense art block, and I don't remember exactly. I know he was basically utilizing their power, I guess, because he had some sense of the power of Cauldron Lake in the Dark Place, so he was trying to harness that through the center, which only kept, it's like a therapy center just for artists. So I remember there's a painter there. The Anderson brothers were there, I believe. I forget what happened to him. I think it was something bad, but I do believe he's going to show up in the AWE DLC. And then there's the monitoring station, which we do see in Alan Wake 2. Oh, I forgot to read this one. Mannequin procedures. ID, Waste Mannequin AI7-KE. Acquisition date, December 23rd, 1967. Containment location, Panopticon Floor 4, Unit 11. No known procedures for preventing the item's effect. Update March... Wait, what? Update 3... Oh, maybe March of 1990. Lining the item's cell with the newly discovered black rock has yielded positive results. Test with other altered items. Okay, so this was like the first one. They tested the black rock stuff on. A wire and fabric waste mannequin. The base and head are made of stained wood. The item duplicates. The trigger for this behavior is unknown. No correlation can be found in either the number of duplications that manifest during an episode or the duration for which they last before disappearing.
They studied what happened in Ordinary here. That's the place to start looking.
Work chat. Dead dog. I see your creepy teeth delivery and raise you a dead dog. Yeah, like a straight up deceased dog. Had a collar on it and everything. It had been rotting in that box since they packed it up. Go ahead and imagine how that smelled. So don't go whining to me. I wish I got to watch a parade of human teeth. I was just thinking, I haven't seen a control point in a bit. I think down there should be one. I imagine I have to cleanse this area before I should use this. Yeah, I mean, I'll cleanse the area first. Oh, I figured this was like a staircase. Willow AWE Shipping Manifest. Powered by David Lindquist, Operations Assistant. Shipping Manifest, Willow AWE. Inventory list of recovered materials. Hollow sphere, stone-like material. Vitrified soil. Redacted pieces of various sizes and colors. Animal carcass, possibly canine. Rusted metal bucket. Leather wallet. Aged shotgun cartridge. All materials go to the investigation sector for further analysis.
Dylan and I were both prime candidates. Experiments. Very different ones, sure, but both in a cell of some sort. Am I out of the cell now, or is all this, the house and being the director, just another cell? Who's really in charge here?
No, I was hoping to get them in a line. I guess that kind of works.
We're going back home. Of course we are. It started there, and it's never gone away.
No, I just need one more. Oh, there we go. Surge, spin, his troopers. Wonderful. So, I'll do... I need to clean this out at some point. Damage after kills, damage while low on health, headshot, 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 headshot. Ammo refund chance. Do I have... I already have that. I want to do damage for right now. Maybe I should see if there are any builds that are better. I'll do that later.